Okay, so here we're going to learn how to format text using a style. And a style in Microsoft Word or Excel or PowerPoint for that matter, it's a predefined set of formatting that can be applied to different types of text. So whether it be a heading like what we've done here, or a title or a subtitle. These are headings. This is just highlighted text. You can create different styles. Well, you can actually create a style that's specific that you want, or you can just use the ones that have been built in automatically to Microsoft Word. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of these. So we want to select the text active older adults heading, and we want to change this to a heading 1 style. Now notice how right here I get my mini toolbar open and I get the styles button that has the letter A with what looks like it's a paintbrush on here. Now if you look up at the regular ribbon, and this is called a ribbon up here, and these are individual tabs. If you look under the Home tab, you see that same button with the list of styles that are available to you. Okay, so the style that they want us to apply here is called heading 1. Now you've got all of these styles that have already been created and built into Microsoft Word, and you can see what they look like, and you can see the like for this is a title or a book title or something you just want to emphasis, which looks a whole lot like italicizing or something. So you've got all these that are pre-built. On the full desktop version of this, you could actually create additional styles or modify these styles. But they want us to come over here and select heading 1. And in the desktop version, a heading is also used to create bookmarks. If you had a really large document that you wanted to be able to navigate, kind of like a web page, the headings would enable you to be able to identify what is going to be as a link, if you will. All right. So the next thing we want to do is we actually want to go through the rest of these headings and apply that heading 1 style. And again, on the online version, you have to do it in this manner. In the desktop version, it's easier. Remember, you could use Format Painter, and you could triple click, and of course you can tell that I'm just going through and repeating the process here. And notice how it looks a little bit different when I use the mini toolbar, and I can barely see heading 1 right there. So I'm just going to click that. All right. So, by the way, notice the thing, all the changes we've made to this document so far, it still fits on one page, and that's very important to note because ultimately you do want this document to fit on one page because you wouldn't, if this was a handout you were giving to somebody to try to convince them to join your health club or whatnot, you wouldn't want it to be 2 or 3 or 4 pages. You would want it all be on one page. So we've got those styles applied. All right, so the next thing we want to do is in the second sentence of the active older adults description, they want you to select the text low impact. Now I want to do something. I want to see if this will work. See this? It looks like a magnifying glass. If you click that, it'll take you over here to navigation and it'll ask you, do you want to find something? So if this were a really large document, you can come over here and find the text low impact. And it appears twice in this document, and over here you see the 2 places where it appears in the document, and it highlights it over here, and this is actually the one we're looking for. So if you click this right here, Or if you click on this one, it'll scroll down and show you that one, the second occurrence. But this is the one we actually want, is this one right here. So what we want to do is to come over here and we want to select this with our mouse. And what we want to do here is we want to change the emphasis on this to a style called subtle emphasis. So if I click right there, we get subtle emphasis. So this is my style button. Remember, it's got the letter A and what looks like a paintbrush. Subtle emphasis. And you see how it changes that text. Now it's still highlighted with yellow. It's because we got this feature still on. If I come over here and click this X button, it closes that out, and you no longer see the yellow highlights. And again, the yellow highlight was just showing you that because it was in the find mode. It wasn't actually highlighting the text as it would appear if you were to print it out on a document. So this is the style right here of subtle emphasis. And then in the boot camp description, they want you to find the word challenging right here. Now, here's a word. Now, if you double click, you can select one word. So you don't have to click, hold, and drag. You can just double click a word. Then we'll go to style. And again, they want us to go to subtle emphasis. And then they want us to do that again. In the core express description, they want you to find the word strengthen. So this word right here, just double click it and come up here and select subtle emphasis. And then the next thing they want you to do is to go under the cycling description and find high energy. And let me look at my directions again. I'm sorry, in the indoor cycling. Okay. All right, so again, they want us to select subtle emphasis. In the yoga description, they want you to select breathing. And again, this is one of those things, I'm starting to think that, I'm having to look for these words. And again, if this was a really big document that was not well formatted for easy organization, I might have to use this find feature that I just showed you. And if you do end up taking certification exams on this, they're going to have you to do something just like this. And it may be a 30-page document. They want you to find a phrase, and that is exactly how they would expect you to do it, is by using this find feature. So I'm still going to show things like this. They also want to show you relaxation as subtle emphasis under this yoga section. So I want to double click that word and come up here. Okay. All right. So that is how you use the style feature. And now we're going to move on to removing text formatting.